Thank you for joining me today for Tennis Volley Talk with Brian Danielson. Hey, today what I'm going to be doing is having another phone interview with a somebody that was on the Pro Tour. He made it as far as he made it as far as 36 in 1975. That's about the time I was in high school, and he was on the Pro Tour doing and making 36 in the world, and he played doubles too. He had a record of 51 and 63 there in singles, and then he made it in doubles too. Made the round of Wimbledon in third round in 75, and he actually had a great win, and what a win. He it must have been so great, and he was playing, and he beat, of all people, Arthur Ashe and Roscoe Tanner, which I just had on my podcast last week. But today I want to introduce and thank you, Charlie Owens, for being on my tennis podcast, Tennis Volley Talk.
Thank you, Brian. Appreciate it.
Yeah, it's really kind of, so when you were growing up and with growing up and with the sport of tennis, did you kind of have a feeling, or did it kind of hit you that, oh, I got a knack for this? Were in playing, growing up on the court with all the old guys, or what kind of got you going into tennis?
Yeah, my parents joined a little tennis and swim club, and when I was 9 years old, and I joined the YMCA tennis clinic. And at the end of the 6 weeks of the clinics, they had a little tournament, and I won my little age division, the 10 and under. So I kind of liked that. I was a little league baseball player, and I love baseball, and it just a lot of the things in baseball kind of worked in tennis also, the footwork and hand-eye coordination.
So yeah, and that seems to be with kids that were athletic back in the day and playing and starting into tennis too, that you did have the hand-eye coordination, kind of like you're sideways at the net when you're batting, and you're kind of sideways at the ball when you're hitting the ball and all that. And then plus, did you have a one-hander or two-hander?
One-hander. Two hands were very rare at the time.
That's true. I've always had a one-hander, and I still haven't mastered that turkey yet. I always tend to forget that my other hand is to bring the racket back, and it just kind of dangles there. And then I'm trying to muscle the ball on my backhand, and it goes right into the net. And I'm going, why did I do that?
Yeah, Roger Federer's a great guy to watch. He's got just a beautiful topspin slice, you name it. He's got a wonderful one-handed backhand.
Oh, he does. He has a wonderful shot. That and Rawinka, and one of the women that I really loved the backhand was Justine Henin. They had a beautiful one-hander.
Sure did.
And stuff like that. But with that too, in growing up and getting now. So did you then start and then go on and then start playing in high school, and then went into high school and kind of, was with the on the team, and then you just kind of expelled that way because it just kind of got in your blood then?
Yeah, by the time I was in high school, which was in Alabama at the time, it was 10th grade was your first year in high school.
Mm-hmm.
I was a number one player on the team as a sophomore.
Mm-hmm.
And then by the time I was a senior, I was national champion, national interscholastic champion. So
oh my gosh.
That was a big win. I beat Dick Stockton in the finals of that tournament in 1968, a few years ago.
Oh, a few years ago. That's right. Dick Stockton. I had him on my podcast too. And what a great guy he is.
He's a great guy. He was a beautiful tennis player. Everything.
Oh,
he's so solid.
Oh, so solid. And his volleys were so solid too. I remember I actually am from Tulsa, Oklahoma, but I actually had the opportunity because they had the Bank of Oklahoma tennis tournament that came through there for 10 years. And Dick Stockton, Roscoe Tanner, we're taking pictures of them, have a lot of pictures of the two of them playing in that tournament too, along with Jimmy Connors too. So, but that was a fun tournament to actually get the chance to see all those guys too.
It's fun to see them up close.
It is. It's so amazing that to see the there's some kind of innate something within them that they just have that hand-eye coordination to be able to follow the ball and hit the ball so perfect all the time and just generate the power that they do. It amazes me still.
Yeah, and even today, just as hard as they hit it and as hard as the ball's coming back at them, 99% of the time they hit it right in the middle of the string. So it's pretty incredible hand-eye.
It really is. It really is. And then now that we have Sinner winning Wimbledon the second time, which was amazing in itself. But I thought Zverev would have him. I thought he'd give him a little bit better match. But I guess Sinner just kind of knuckled down and just did it in the four.
He's very tough and he's resilient. He adjusted to what Zverev was doing very well, and I guess they talked to their coaches between every point. It seems like now, but he had some great coaching there too with Darren Cahill.
Oh, definitely so. And Cahill has become one of the premier coaches in itself too.
Yeah.
And with that, but I've had the opportunity too, and with my tennis, and so I've been playing tennis for 50 years myself, but being able to talk and have this tennis podcast has been such a joy for me. And plus doing the research, and that I have a racket of the week that I do, and everybody likes, subscribe, and comment to the Tennis Volley Talk. You podcasters out there, you're going to hear about the racket of the week here coming up, and then also you YouTubers like, subscribe, and comment on Tennis Volley Talk on my YouTube channel. But I've really been so fun doing the research and doing the podcast, and it kind of started out in just I retired and I wanted to do a podcast, but then it's turned into such a wonderful grassroots of tennis and someone's tennis journey, and do they still play tennis, and it's just been such a joy learning all these guys that I've been able to interview, their tennis journey and how they got started, and paving the way for people like us, or then nowadays the Sinners and Alcarazes and those, and Sabalenkas and Rabakinas, paving the way for the younger kids now, just like you guys paved the way for us.
Yeah, it's great. I do have some names for you.
Oh, good. Okay.
That I'll send to you later in a text or whatever. And one of them I spoke with yesterday was Jeff Austin, who is Tracy's oldest brother.
Oh, good.
And that's who I played doubles with at Wimbledon.
Oh my gosh, that's so cool.
And he just turned 75 July the 5th.
Okay.
And he's still working. He's a sports agent.
Uh-huh.
He only has one client right now. It's Steph Curry.
Oh my
basketball
gosh.
star. And he's just signed a great contract for him with some shoes from a company in China.
Oh my gosh.
But anyway, he's a great guy, and I've got his info. And
another
guy, Trey Waltke.
Oh
who wore the long pants back in the early 80s. And who else? Also Steve Krulevitz. I don't know if you know Steve, but Steve was a top 40 player and still plays and teaches. So everybody still kind of keeps their hand in it a little bit. Jeff Austin still plays like 3 times a week. So
okay. Oh my gosh, that is so cool. Yeah, definitely. You got my number, so you can just text them over to me, and I'll send the invite out, and we'll just keep growing my podcast, because this is what I just really love to do. Once I got somebody and interviewed them, my first one was like Vince Van Patten, that was on the tour for 10 years.
Awesome. I played him. Yeah, he was a great player. Amazing backhand. Amazing backhand.
And fast. He was so fast.
Really fast.
And I interviewed him first because I actually had met him through an exhibition that I kind of wingled my way into by befriending the people that were putting the court down. And then they invited me back, and then I got to meet Vince, and then the person he played with, the celebrity, was Dean Paul Martin Jr. And then they played then Ili Nastasi and then the late Vitas Gerulaitis, which was such a smooth player in his own right, though, too.
Right.
And that was such a.
He was probably, I'd say, of all the players that I played against, singles or doubles, the most athletically talented guy was Ilie Nastase.
Oh gosh, yeah, he didn't know how much talent he had.
Incredible athlete, incredible.
Yeah, he didn't know how much talent he had, but I've had the opportunity also back in the day, 35 millimeter camera, mind you, but I have some great pictures of a lot of the pros. Ilie and then Vitas, and also in 76 I did WCT actually in Dallas, and got Vilas and Borg, and got a picture of them too. So did you ever get a chance to play Vilas or Borg too?
I practiced with Borg one time. I warmed him up he had an exhibition with Rod Laver in Tuscaloosa, Alabama.
Okay.
And I warmed him up. We played about 4 or 5 games, and I was teaching tennis at the time.
Oh, sure.
And he's just a wonderful person. He's a really laid back, nothing excited. He's just very, very comfortable anywhere, and gracious. And so he was a great guy. Vilas, I played doubles against Vilas at the U.S. Open when he played with Ilie Nastase.
Okay.
And we lost in 4 sets there.
Oh,
so
darn.
Good match. But he was a super nice guy also.
Mm-hmm. Well, it kind of came full circle with me too, because the picture I took of Vilas in Dallas, got a beautiful picture of him with the back staring down, side view, looking, and then another picture of him hitting the ball, big follow through on the backhand. But he had an exhibition with Kevin Curran, and I managed to, after the match, go down there, and I put the pictures in front of him and said, "Hey, I got these of you in 76. He looked at the pictures, looked at me and smiled, and boom, I got his autograph on the pictures. So that's awesome. Kind of a special thing too.
That's wonderful. He's a super nice guy.
Yeah, and he'd be one to try to get a hold of too. That'd be a fun interview, I think.
Yeah.
And stuff. But the more I do this, in getting the people that I've talked to and interviewed with that has been such a joy for me to be able to do that. And then, once it started, it was like, oh, I got to find another one. I got to find another one. I got to find another one. And I can't stop. I got to find them now.
Well, I'll help you out as much as I can. And I'm sure the other people will give you some names too. So. Oh,
I'm sure that'd be so great, just to grow the podcast too, because, some of the podcasts out there, they talk about all the major tournaments that are on right now, and so do I sometimes, but mainly getting in with the guys that paved the way has just become such a joy for me to try to get them and have them on my podcast and have them and let people hear them and how they paved the way for us as tennis players too. Now, do you still teach tennis, and what do you do, and where, as a club or something like that?
It's a wonderful gated community and a country club called the Country Club of Landfall.
Okay.
In Wilmington, North Carolina.
Okay.
I'm the pro emeritus, tennis pro emeritus, and I teach 6 days a week. I teach a cardio tennis class.
Okay.
And I teach some private lessons as well. So,
oh my gosh!
Trying to stay busy, stay healthy, and it's a great way to keep in touch with people.
Oh, it is. It definitely is. And I just never really, I didn't find this out because I did an interview with Jack Brody, of all but people too, one of the premier tennis teachers out there, and it was just something that I'd never thought in. Because I brought up in old school, like you're standing on a skateboard sideways to the ball and you come through and hit the ball. And he started kind of going with his little theory of it. And I put it to work, and I was going, oh my gosh, why didn't I see this before? And I started hitting the ball a lot better on my forehand. And I'm going, it's going over and it's staying in.
That's great. That's great.
So
it's funny how one phrase from someone can change your tennis life.
Oh, absolutely, it can, and that's what also makes it such a good learning thing for people that are listening to these podcasts and being able to get people that have played the game when they have and everything. It's just such an amazing thing with that too. Now, also with that, now you also at one time you were playing World Team Tennis, which I really kind of like that format quite a bit back in the day whenever they had it.
It was a lot of fun, very interesting. So I played the first 2 years of it, which were 1974 and 1975.
Okay.
And I played for the New York Sets.
Oh my gosh.
And our team captain was Manuel Santana.
Oh my goodness.
And our number one player was Nikki Pilic.
Oh my gosh, yes. Oh my gosh.
We had Sandy Mayer also, and myself, and on the men's side, and then on the women's side we had Virginia Wade.
Oh my goodness, what a name!
And Mona Shalau, who was a really good women's doubles player. And the second year we had Billie Jean King. And so we had Virginia and Billie Jean King on the same team.
Oh my gosh!
So we were in much better the second year with that addition of her.
I'm sure.
And also, Fred Stolle was added too. He came from the Philadelphia Freedoms.
Oh my goodness!
Billie Jean.
Oh, Fred Stolle.
And so we had like a championship team the next year.
Absolutely, those are names I grew up with that I remember so well.
Fabulous. Fred was the captain or the coach the second year, and he did an unbelievable job of training and also coaching and putting the lineups together. And it was a lot of fun. We had as many as 10,000 people at the Nassau Coliseum. Oh man, come and watch us play when Billie Jean was there.
Oh, I'm sure. A big name like that. I remember with her, it was just right after she had retired, and she decided to do an exhibition with Carlene Bassett-Seguzo in Enid, Oklahoma, and I had lived in, and I went, oh, okay, gotta go. So it was so relaxed. I mean, people that were there, it wasn't really a big crowd, but yet in Enid, Oklahoma, and we just was like a public court. It was like an outside public court that they played on. And not very many, I mean, it was just so relaxed and people just really close. And I got lots of pictures of Billie Jean on the court and a picture of me and her kind of together and stuff. So that it was just an amazing thing to have pictures of Billie Jean right after she retired, and she was still hitting the ball really good.
Yeah, she worked as hard on the court as anybody I've ever seen, and just a real good example for everyone on the team and whoever she played against. Yeah, she was always ready. She was always ready.
Sure. And I remember when I went to go see in Tulsa, they had World Team Tennis that came through there about 1976 or so. And which was really because I saw Chris Evert, I saw Betsy Nagelson, I saw Francois Dour, Tom Ocker, and Fru McMillan, and
I played all of those people.
Oh my gosh! And it's so, and I may have an inside after he gets back from Wimbledon. I may have an inside and a possibility with Tom Ocker that I might be able to interview too. So I kind of stumbled across that, and it was somehow I got a hold of what he does now, but I got a hold of his son, and his son texted me back and said, "Yeah, I'll let my dad know." I went, "Okay, please do."
Great. So yeah, he was really a great player. Yeah.
And
his nickname was the Flying Dutchman.
Yes, because he's just so smooth and fast on the court and everything. Yeah. And so it was so fun to be able to be on the court too. And here I am taking pictures of people on the court, and they're lined up, and pictures of Chris Evert. And hope the best for Chris, what she's going through right now. So everybody shout out and give the love to Chris right now for what she's going through. everybody that is the tennis
Absolutely.
realm with that. And then I'm taking pictures and I turn around and lo and behold, and right in front of me is Bobby Riggs with his sugar daddy coat on. And, and I go, oh,
he was the character.
and I went, oh my gosh. And I got my camera out and there was a picture, and I have a picture with Bobby Riggs looking at my camera. So what a picture I still have of him. And then a friend of mine that was there had the program, and he was getting autographs, and he had kept that program for 50 years. And he had kept it, and he told me about it. And I said, well, send it to me. I'll put it in my tennis collection. And then when he sent it to me, there were some autographs on it, and Francois Dour, Fru McMillan, and none other autograph Bobby Riggs. So
that's great.
It kind of came it came full circle for me. So it's been such a fun thing to be doing this with the tennis too, and everything. But today with this, I do a racket of the week here, and this is actually a racket that is a Chemold racket. Chemold, and then it's a Rod Laver endorsed racket. But Chemold, actually, rackets were kind of in the popularity back in the day, and this is still a pretty good racket. You could, this is the strings that are in it are probably from the manufacturer that it came to the sporting goods store that sold it at the time. So that's still the original strings from the manufacturer that are in the racket. And then with that too, Chemold was more or less kind of popular in came to popularity in the 60s, made the wood rackets, kind of innovative with starting the first aluminum rackets back then too, and everything. And with that, and still a very good racket, the brown, could be ash or maple. It's pretty strong, thin, but I like the brown. And it says, Young Star is what it is, and a Chemold, and endorsed by Rod Laver. And but with that was kind of with that. But also now, I don't know if you may know or not, but some of you out there that have heard this, and with this, on the old rackets, the ribbons that are on the old rackets that are down at the head, near the throat of the racket, around the head of the racket. Now, these ribbons were, because of the racket was layered and bent and glued in the head shape at the yoke of the racket, and they glued those layers together. But then what they did, the ribbons were actually they put them on the racket and keep the racket from together and keep them from coming unglued. And that's what those ribbons were used for back in the day. And they started about 1940, 40s, and then lasted up until the aluminum racket started in about the 80s, how long the ribbons lasted on the rackets. And then you have the little strings.
Even Kramer rackets had those.
Yeah,
type
and it was just a simple thing of, well, we don't want the racket to come unglued, so we'll just put these ribbons around it, and hopefully it'll keep it together for us. And then with that too, another little innovative thing that they had back then were the little strings that were above and below the main strings, and it's called trebling, which really actually is the precursor to the string savers that people have nowadays, the little rubber string savers. So, and that was called
strings from moving around. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and it was the precursor to that. And so they're called trebling. And those were early 1900s that started, and it lasted up until about 70, whenever the strings starting better, like the synthetic gut and stuff of that nature. So they kind of went to the wayside and came out with the string savers. But just for anybody's history, just that's what the ribbons and the little tiny strings on the bottom of the racket and the top of the main strings are all about. But still, this is a good racket. You could probably hit a very light volley with it. That's all. That's all. But with that, everybody like, subscribe, and comment. You YouTubers out there, like, subscribe, and comment to Tennis Volley Talk, and also you podcasters, you'll hear about the tennis racket of the week. But you can also look at it if you want to go to Tennis Volley Talk on my YouTube channel. So with that, it's such a fun thing, and I'm so glad that I'm able to get the people that I have, because it's in doing what I've done and just giving an invite to them. And I've had so many gracious people to want to do this with me, and it's been such a fun thing to do with me. And of course, my best one that I've gotten was the Zoom call, and I interviewed Stan Smith. And it's episode 151 if anybody wants to look at it. But it's really, like, you could tell I was a little starstruck because I'm talking to Stan Smith. Oh my gosh.
Super nice guy.
Oh yeah,
great,
he was.
Great guy. He was a wonderful player. Yeah.
Oh gosh, what a good player. And then we talked a little bit about his Stan Smith shoes, and how, right after, like, it is like early 20s, mid 20s, Adidas comes to him, do you want to sponsor a shoe? Okay. And it's still going today. So that's really something in itself.
He's more famous for that than he is for tennis.
That is true. Yeah, I got a pair of Stan Smith. Who was that guy? Well, he used to be a pro tour. Yeah. So yeah, that's so fun to be able to do that. And Charlie, I do so appreciate you being on my tennis podcast today and giving us and the people some insight of how you started and what you're doing now. And if you ever get a chance, if you come through Minneapolis, we do have 2 public clay tennis courts, green clay tennis courts that are public tennis courts. So let me know and we'll get out there and hit.
All right. That sounds great, Brian. Thank you so much for inviting me. And I look forward to listening to your show sometime too.
Okay. And if you want to watch,
look at your endeavors, all your endeavors in tennis.
Well, I appreciate it very much. And then this episode is episode 165. If you want to take a look at it, it'll probably be hitting probably sometime next couple of days on YouTube.
Great.
So thank you so much, Charlie. Such a pleasure talking to you. And thank you again for joining me on Tennis Volley Talk.
My pleasure. Absolutely. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Well, that was it. Charlie Owens kind of got a little insight of how he started, and what a nice guy to talk to and have an interview with. And I'm going to be getting some more names, so that'll be really nice to do along with that. So thank you so much for joining me again today on Tennis Volley Talk. And anybody out there playing outside, hopefully it's not too hot for you. But if it is, play inside where it's air conditioned. Don't want to get heat stroke. But everybody have a nice week, and I will talk to you next week.